Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and it's good to see me, isn't it? If you didn't get the reference, that is a quote from Glinda from the Wicked movie. The Wicked 2 movie for good is coming out later this month in November, and so we wanted to make a soap inspired by Glinda and Elphaba. So this soap is one that's going to be, you guessed it, pink and green. We are scenting both of these with Autumn Fig Harvest from Brambleberry. I think it's from one of their most recent fragrance collections, and it is a lovely blend of apple, lemon, ginger, fig, caramel, cinnamon, coffee, a little bit of like piney, foresty scent as well. And when I smelled it, I was just going through all of the different fragrances, and you can kind of see some of them behind me on that shelf. I was just looking for something that kind of merged the like sweet bubbliness of Glinda with the more like spicy, kind of mysterious vibe that Elphaba has. And this is what I landed on, and I was so excited to get to work with it, and I am obsessed with how this bar and how this scent turned out. So for the lower half of this bar, I am going to do an Elphaba green color. The nice thing with this fragrance oil, even though it has some of those like vanilla-y, kind of like coffee-y notes, it doesn't discolor, which is amazing. And it does not accelerate, which also was good because of my design that I had in mind. So once I have that green layer down, I am going to sprinkle this with a silver mica, and I didn't have silver mica in stock, so this is a snowflake white mica with some celestial blue, I think is what it was called. It's like a blue mica that had a silvery sheen, and a little tiny bit of black mica as well to get this pearlescent kind of silver vibe. And I was going for the slippers in the movie because they're not ruby slippers, they're silver, so that's where this color was coming from. And I'll set that off to the side now that I have that mica line down. And then we're going to whip up the Glinda batch, which is basically identical in terms of scent and process. However, instead of that green color, we are going to do a lovely kind of bubblegummy pink color. Once you add the kaolin clay and the soap batter goes through that saponification process, it does take it from more of a hot pink to like a kind of bubblegummy, kind of almost baby pink color, which is what I was going for. And I think it contrasted really beautifully with that green bottom layer. To preserve that silver mica line, I am pouring over my scraper there so that I don't dip down below the mica line, because I want to keep that crisp silver line between the green and the pink. And I'm just eyeballing here to get half and half between the two slabs. If you were really concerned, you could measure it out. I didn't really worry about it for this because I am going to do a hanger swirl, so it didn't have to be like perfectly identical between the two slabs that I have going on here. We'll scrape out this container, make sure to get every last bit of that soap batter out, and then I will go in with my hanger swirl, and I am doing a pretty vigorous swirl here, which is a little different than how I had been doing like with my Mini Mayhem collection, the Lady Gaga collection, because I wanted the colors to kind of swirl together, which is what a hanger swirl tool is for, but normally we just go up and down. We don't do like a spirally design, so I was kind of doing that here. And then for the top of the soap, I wanted to pull in some of that silver. So that is what I have here. I have a little bit of that silver custom blend that I made suspended in some canola oil just to be able to drizzle it. I probably could have done a little more oil because it's not drizzling quite as nicely as what I was wanting. Don't pay attention to my sweats. And then I wanted to pull in some of the pink mica. So this is the same exact mica blend because the pink was a custom blend as well. I don't think I mentioned that. But I wanted to pull in that pink blend as well, which this is a little darker, and that's just because it doesn't have any of that kaolin clay or the colloidal oatmeal mixed in. And then lastly, I wanted to pull in some of that apple green mica, which is what I used in the bottom layer of this soap. And then I wanted to kind of incorporate those colors all over the top of that slab there. So I am using my trusty wooden dowel and feathering it. And we will replicate that process on both slabs to make them as identical as we possibly can. They're not going to look the exact same, and that's okay. And then I kind of thought about it a little bit, and I wanted this to be even a little more blended. I also had a few larger pockets of that oil suspended mica, and I didn't want that to stick on top. So I went back in and I went, instead of side to side, front to back, and I was much happier. Generally speaking, your soap batter will pull the oil from that mica drizzle, so you're not going to have like an oil slick on top. But this was a little heavy, and I didn't think that this soap bar would be able to do that. And I don't like to have the like kind of gooey mica-y oil drizzle on top left behind. We will spritz this with some rubbing alcohol and then tuck it away for 24 hours just like we always do. And it is time to unmold and slice up, and I am obsessed with that color blend. We now will get to see what my hanger swirl technique resulted in, because that is always the exciting thing when you're slicing up a slab of soap or a loaf of soap, is what that inside design looks like. It's not very exciting slicing the slab down into loaves like this because you don't get to see that design, but in just a minute we'll grab our multi-bar soap cutter named Dorothy, very fittingly, and get to see that hanger swirl design. Alright, and we'll grab Dorothy and a loaf of that soap, and we will get to see what the inside looks like, and that is exactly what I was going for. It kind of looks like the Emerald City. It kind of looks like Elphaba and Glenda are holding hands, and I am loving it. I was very excited to have this launch. It technically is for sale already, and we should have it through the end of the month, so hopefully still in stock for the Wicked movie when it comes out, I think on the 21st or 22nd of this month. My question for you all is not necessarily that random, and it is, will you be going in theater to see the movie, or will you wait for it to come out on streaming on demand or whatever it's called? Personally, myself and Zach will probably wait for it to come on to streaming. We will pay to watch it on streaming because we did that the last time for the first Wicked movie. But we'll see. We did go into the theater for the first movie, and there's only one other group of people in the theater, but we did go quite a bit later after it had come out because we didn't want to have people singing in the theater. That is a little cringy to me. Thank you so much for watching. If you do want to support our channel and get soaps, candles, bath bombs, and shout outs at the end of our videos, check out our website, rainbrocrafts.com, for more details on that. And you too can join this lovely group of individuals here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Comment down below if you're going to see the Wicked 2 movie in theaters or not. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well and ring that bell icon. Thanks. Bye.